At 3:15 in the morning, the shore base is already awake. Diesel engines idle in the dark. Steel containers stacked 20 feet high across the dock. Voices crackle through radios in the pre-dawn stillness. The Gulf of Mexico stretches invisible beyond the harbor lights waiting. A 240-foot vessel waits at the pier. Platform supply vessel, white hull, orange superstructure, deck cargo space stretching 150 feet forward of the wheelhouse. 4-point mooring system holding her steady against the current. The stern thruster hums beneath the waterline. Deck crew moves with precision. Forklifts position drilling pipe. A 40-ton crane swings mud tanks into place. Cement additives, drilling chemicals, replacement parts wrapped in protective plastic. Everything that keeps a platform operational 200 miles offshore. The captain checks the manifest. 14,000 pounds of tubular goods, 8 tons of drilling fluid, crew change, 6 platform workers heading offshore, 6 returning to shore. Total payload 1,800 tons. The vessel's dynamic positioning system is already calibrated. Departure time, 4:30. Lines are cast off at 4:28. The bow thruster engages. Water churns white against the harbor wall. The vessel pivots 90 degrees without forward movement. Twin Caterpillar engines push 3,600 horsepower through azimuth thrusters. She clears the jetty and turns south. The Gulf opens ahead. No land visible beyond 15 miles. Navigation radar sweeps 360 degrees. Automatic identification system shows 47 vessels within 50 nautical miles. Container ships, tankers, other supply vessels heading to different platforms. The Maritime highway is never empty. Crew rotation happens every 14 days. 6 men in the galley, 6 sleeping below deck, 6 on watch. The cook prepares breakfast for 18 people at 6 o'clock. Eggs, sausage, coffee in industrial quantities. The smell of diesel fuel mixes with bacon grease. 8 hours into the transit. Wave height, 4 feet. Wind, 12 knots from the southeast. The vessel maintains 18 knots. Fuel consumption, 120 gallons per hour. Range, 3,000 nautical miles. But this trip is only 187 miles. Platform High Island, A389. The platform appears at 1420. Steel framework rising 150 feet above the waterline. Drilling derrick, living quarters, helideck, gas flare burning orange against the sky. 8 miles away, it looks like a city. 4 miles away, it looks like an industrial installation. At 1 mile, it becomes what it is, machinery. Radio contact at 1 nautical mile. High Island A389, this is supply vessel Delta Runner approaching from northeast, requests standby for cargo transfer. The platform crane operator responds immediately. Delta Runner, a 389, weather window confirmed, sea state acceptable, proceed to station. Dynamic positioning engages, 8 thrusters activate independently. GPS coordinates lock to within 1 meter. The vessel holds station 50 feet from the platform legs without anchoring. Computer systems compensate for wind and current in real time. The hull stays motionless against forces that would push it 2 miles in 30 minutes. The platform crane extends. 120 feet of lattice boom. Maximum lift capacity, 40 tons. The hook descends to deck level. Deck crew attaches rigging to the first mud tank, hand signals only. Radio silence during lift operations. Steel cables tighten. The load rises. Transfer operation, 6 hours. Mud tanks, drilling pipe, cement, chemicals, replacement hydraulic pump weighing 8,000 pounds, fresh water, 10,000 gallons, personnel transfer via crane basket, 6 offshore, 6 onshore, each movement documented, each load verified, nothing informal. The chief mate monitors ballast tanks. As cargo leaves the vessel, seawater enters the ballast system. Weight distribution must stay balanced. Trim angle cannot exceed 2 degrees. Stability calculations update every 15 minutes. Empty vessel drafts 18 feet. Loaded vessel drafts 24 feet. Weather briefing at 1800. Low pressure system moving northeast. Forecast, wave height increasing to 8 feet by midnight. Wind shifting to northwest at 25 knots. The return transit window closes at 2100 hours. Final cargo verification begins immediately. Final load, return cargo from platform. Damaged drilling equipment, used mud tanks requiring cleaning, waste containers. 6 workers ending their rotation. Total weight, 400 tons. The vessel's draft increases 2 feet. Ballast water is pumped out to compensate. Departure clearance, 2043. Dynamic positioning disengages. Bow thruster turns the vessel north. The platform remains lit behind them. Gas flare still burning. Another supply vessel approaches from the west. The rotation continues. Platforms never wait. Night transit. Radar shows storm system 40 miles northwest. Wave height building. The vessel adjusts course 10 degrees east to minimize beam seas. Speed reduces to 15 knots. Fuel efficiency drops. Safety takes priority over schedule. The cook serves dinner at 2200 hours. Roast chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans. The crew eats in shifts. Conversation is minimal. Everyone watches the weather display mounted on the galley wall. Wind speed, 22 knots. Wave height, 6 feet. Forecast unchanged. Engine room inspection at midnight. Chief engineer walks between twin Caterpillar diesels. Each cylinder fires with precision. Temperature, 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Oil pressure, steady. Fuel filters show no contamination. Cooling system operates within parameters. The machinery runs as designed. Storm system passes north at 2 o'clock. Wave height peaks at 7 feet, then begins to decline. The vessel maintains course. No damage, no delays. The crew rotation continues without interruption. This is standard Gulf weather. This is standard operations. Shore base appears at 6:15. Sunrise breaks behind the vessel. The industrial dock comes into focus. Other supply vessels already moored. The harbor pilot boards via pilot boat. Final approach begins. 8 days until the next rotation. Docking procedure. Precise. Bow thruster holds position against current. Stern lines secure first. Forward lines follow. Fenders compress against the pier. Engines shut down at 6:42. The vessel is home, but only temporarily. Cargo discharge begins immediately. Return cargo. Damaged equipment headed for repair facilities. Used drilling mud for recycling. Platform waste for proper disposal. Every item logged. Every movement tracked. Environmental compliance is non-negotiable. Crew change. 6 men disembark. 6 new crew members board. Shift rotation happens in silence. No ceremony. Bags are carried. Hands are shaken. The new crew knows their stations. The departing crew heads to trucks in the parking lot. Fuel replenishment. 8,000 gallons of marine diesel. Shore-based fuel lines connect to vessel tanks. Flow rate, 200 gallons per minute. 40 minutes to complete. Fuel quality is tested before transfer. Water contamination, 0. The engines will run another 2,500 miles on this load. Provisions loaded, 2 weeks of food supplies, fresh vegetables, frozen meat, canned goods, coffee, industrial quantities. The galley refrigerator holds 500 pounds of food. The freezer holds another 800 pounds. 18 men consume approximately 150 pounds of food per day. Maintenance window, 72 hours. Engine oil change, 120 gallons. Hydraulic fluid replacement, thruster inspection. Hull cleaning crew arrives with pressure washers, barnacles removed, marine growth eliminated. The vessel must return to service in perfect condition. Shore-based logistics coordinator contacts platform management. Cargo confirmed, personnel manifest confirmed, weather window acceptable, platform crane availability confirmed, all systems aligned. The next rotation departs in 72 hours. 400. Engines start. The sound travels across the harbor. Other vessels respond. One by one, diesel engines fire. The maritime rotation begins again. 3 vessels depart within 30 minutes. Different platforms, same purpose, same system. The captain makes final radio contact with shore operations. Base, this is Delta Runner, requesting departure clearance. Delta Runner, clearance granted, weather window confirmed, safe passage. No further words needed. The professional language of maritime operations is efficient. The vessel does not celebrate completion. It prepares for the next rotation. The crew does not discuss accomplishment. They discuss the next cargo manifest. This is how offshore energy operates. This is how American maritime infrastructure functions. This is how continuous supply never ends.